Happy Monday. Mistral and I are back for our Monday lives. And today we are talking about the manifesting generator energy type in human design. So if you are a manifesting generator, pop it into the chat, MG, however you really look and see yourself as the manifesting generator that you are. So Mistral is here. We will bring her on because she is a manifesting generator. So she's going to share her wisdom as the manifesting generator that she is. So, especially if you're a manifesting generator or if you have a Manny Gen in your life, you'll understand their energy and be able to navigate life with a Manny Gen. Hey, Mistral.
Yes. Hey, your fellow Manny Jen here, unicorn, unicorn species.
Well, 35% of the world is manifesting generators, right?
That's right. It's a pretty small amount. I mean, it's a lot, but it's a pretty small amount for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So, what's it like? Tell us about what a manifesting generator is, what it feels like, what the energy is like.
I really want to start by just saying that when I first learned about human design, it was for me as a manifesting generator, it was just like, oh, so eye-opening, so affirming to how I was designed to show up in ways that I had actually been holding myself back and not allowing myself to really live in my full expression because so many times we're boxed into these boxes, right? These sort of containers of what people think society should look like and what you should look like as this or as that. And when I realized I was a manifesting generator, I was like, wow, the way that I want to do things is actually the way that I'm designed to do things. I am allowed to be big. I am allowed to be explosive. I am allowed to break all the rules and do everything differently, right? I'm literally designed to do things differently. And, manifesting generators have this almost like vibrant, untamed energy that makes us those unicorns. And because of all that sacral energy allows people to sort of jump on the bandwagon and enjoy too. So, just talking about the energy, I think that was one of the biggest things for me to learn as a manifesting generator was just to embody everything that I was, everything that I could be, and not sort of hide parts of me because they didn't fit into that normal box. I think that that's really been important. Just in finding out about like my energy type.
Yeah. Yeah. Manifesting generators are so unique. The 30% of the world that doesn't have that defined sacral, you guys are energy machines, whereas that's something that we don't have that consistency as a projector, manifestors, reflectors. So it's so magical to see a manifesting generator with all that energy, all that ability to create, to manifest, to initiate, to be in life figuring out how to do it their own way.
Yes, exactly. And that the permission of just being able to do that, like do it differently, don't step into any kind of cookie mold whatsoever, was huge because it let so many of those permission slips that I'd been holding on to from school and from corporate world, it allowed me to really let them go. And I think that's where many manifesting generators struggle is just how do I let that untamed energy out in a way that really serves me and serves the conscious collective? Because a part of manifesting generators being here is to share that energy, right? To take that drive and share it and spread it and allow others to thrive on that sacral hit when they're surrounded by manifesting generators who do kind of bring this untamed energy to the world. Um, I don't know if you want to add anything to that. I was going to start talking about strategy, but if you have anything you want to add first.
Yeah, I was just saying that's like the magic that brings people to you, right? Like you are
Yes,
just so energetic that people are just naturally attracted and drawn to that energy to find out more about it. It's like,
that's
"Ooh,
right.
I want to feel that. I want to taste that." I certainly connect with my manifesting generator friends when I need a little more energy. It's like, "What do you got going on? Like what magic are you creating? Because I'm just chilling over here, but I need a little motivation to get things done."
Yeah. Oh, I love that analogy too, because I think one thing that as a manifesting generator was just like, yeah, I get to produce like a lot. I get to share that energy. I get to show up fully. And You can just see like by my face and my smile, like how much that just lit me up when I was able to really fully do that and own like all the creative, multi-talented, multi-passionate things that I do and wrap them all in. And the magnetic part is so key, Jen, because everyone's always wondering, like, how do I attract things to me? How do I, be, do, have it all, whatever the saying is. And the being is the most important part because if you're being in your energy, that's what makes you magnetic, whether you're a projector, reflector, generator, manifesting generator, manifester. It's that magnetism of just fully being authentically you and like filling up the space that you're meant to fill up.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So yeah, let's move on to the strategy. So what is the tip? How are manifesting generators actually created to respond to life, to live in life? Like what, in order to live in alignment, like what do manifesting generators need to do?
The first thing and foremost thing is we have our sacral gut, right? It's following those like that sacral yes or that sacral no, which it could be as well, and understanding how your body shows you that, right? But it's also about showing up in joy and light and everything that you love to do, embracing that, right? But really, when we follow that sort of gut instinct first, especially if you're someone who is a sacral strategy and doesn't have the emotional, it is so important just to keep following those things that give you that hell yes, hell yes, hell yes, because that's what leads you to your manifestation, or that what leads you to becoming magnetic, right? Is by following those hits. And then, of course, my strategy is the emotional. We have another layer in there as well as we've talked about before on some of our other lives, so we won't get into that here. But that sacral is what just allows us to follow what lights us up in those sort of day to day, hour to hour decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, and talk a little bit about responding. Like what does that mean
Mm,
to you? Because some generators and mani gens that I talk to are like, yeah, I'm supposed to respond, but like what does that actually mean? And I certainly, can tell them from my understanding, but I don't have that defined sacral. So I'm not a manifesting generator, right? So I don't know what does it actually feel like to
to respond to like
respond?
those that yes, yeah, I think, well, for me, and like I said, I think everyone feels it slightly differently and we have to learn to like tune into our bodies, but I know for me I get like a real sort of excited like zing or something, or like an injection of energy that just gives
Mhm.
us like yes, let's move that energy towards that thing, whatever that might be. And a no for me feels heavy and sinky. And
Mm.
we've all felt that before and we say yes anyway, right? But then we like now that we know as manifesting generators how our response is, and obviously you as a projector, you know your response, but I now know that that sinking feeling when I say yes, everything's going to collapse. It's not going to work out. It's going to be, not so great. And that's so it's like those little responses that I go to daily. Do I want this? Yes. Do I want this? No. What's going to make me light up and continue to light up throughout the day?
Mm. So yes, no, or anything in between, as long as you're responding to that, to
Yes.
whatever it is in your way that feels true and aligned for you, is
Yes.
what you're needing to do.
Yes. Yes. I feel like and that was hard to follow because we're used to making logical decisions. Well, if I do this and then I do this and it's all calculated, right? Then this will happen versus like, what if I just followed what my body was telling me and
Mm.
responded to those yeses? How would that change like the trajectory of my day? Like give yourself a yes day, right?
Yeah.
And
And give yourself a no day too and see what that
oh
feels like.
yes.
Like if you say no to everything, like I can only imagine, but I imagine like if your sacral is actually saying yes to something and you say no, well, we're going to talk about this next. It's really going to sink you into the shadow, into that not self theme. So like I imagine that would really give you a lot of physical bodily awareness of what responding is like. Because if you're responding out of alignment, your
Yes.
body's going to let you know, right?
Right. Exactly. And that's the best part, right? Is our body, our energy tells us and
Yeah.
lets us know. But we do have to tune into and we have to understand what that like excited yes feels like for you, that injection of energy versus maybe a more heavy sinking feeling. Like, what does that feel like for you? And tune
Yeah.
into that. And then, yeah, it's totally going to change how you learn to like release those pieces.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's move on to the self and the not self theme. I think of this as a spectrum of alignment. Your self theme is your signature, how you get to live, what it feels like to be in alignment. This is possible. You can live in this theme. versus your not self theme, which is more of the shadow. It's that lower vibration. It lets you know that you are out of alignment. So I'll let you talk about that being a Manny Gen.
And isn't it beautiful, Jen, that we have a way to know if we're in alignment or not, right?
Yeah.
Like we have our signature theme, which is like, you're in alignment. Ding, ding, ding. Congratulations. And for me, that's really like satisfaction, success, joy, passionate, right? All those kind of good, happy feelings that let me know I'm on the right path. And then my not self theme is frustration. So it's like anytime I feel frustrated, it's like you can literally take 5 to 10 steps backwards and say, well, where did I make a wrong choice? Where did I respond wrong?
Yeah.
And how can I fix that for next time, right? Or so it's so key to really understand those pieces. Am I never going to feel frustration? Like, no, of course not, right? I'm a human being. There's always going to be choices that I make that is going to cause the frustration. But now it's understanding more how to manage it, how to work through it, how to clear it, how to step out of my shadow self and back into what I really want to be feeling, which is that satisfaction, success, joy, and passion.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing that I always like to point out to many gens is like, you guys are so passionate. Like, you can, I don't, well, you tell me if it's more of a multitasking, but it's more of like beat bopping. It's that ADHD. Like, every manifesting generator has ADHD. So don't medicate it. Don't force yourself to sit down. You need to move. I don't. It's exhausting to watch you all move. But like, I understand and honor that you, as a manifesting generator, need to be doing and moving and creating. And it's so beautiful to watch manifesting generators be able to do that and find satisfaction in it.
Yeah. And I think that was one of the hardest parts is that everyone used to always be like, you're doing too much, you're taking too much on. And
Mhm.
people still do when they hear my schedule or what I'm
Yeah.
doing or what I'm up to, right? Because it's not for them. And that's okay. But what I need to understand is that it is okay for me and that I can do those things, as long as I'm not burning the candle at two ends, right? We don't want that. That gets a little over the top. But by following like what really lights me up, guess what? It brings me more opportunities in those areas as well. And a classic example for me is something just recently I got back into surf coaching. It's something I really love. And then suddenly what opened up from that is like not only am I now a surf coach and teaching lessons and private lessons, I'm now taking a trip of women on overseas, which is what I've wanted to do for years. And now it's happening, right? And that's all because I followed those sacred yeses and I wasn't focusing on the end goal of what those yeses were going to get me, but more look at how the stepping stones almost hot me to exactly what I wanted and desired, right? And so that's what's so beautiful when we can recognize that, I think.
Yeah, and that you get to live in that satisfaction and pleasure in life is just being laid out for you, and it gets to be easeful, and you get to live and be enveloped and embody that signature theme of success and peace too, having that manifester
That's
quality
right.
in there. Ooh,
Yeah,
I
that's
love
right.
it.
Yeah. And we have to revel in those small successes. Like if it feels small for yourself, revel in it because that's just you like taking away that layer of conditioning that you had, right? Just taking another layer away, another layer away so that you can continue to grow into your aura and energy and just create that, to live in flow, to be in that flow. Yes, we're still going to experience our not self theme, our shadow theme. It's a part of life, but we know how to move through it. And that's what's so beautiful when we really understand our human design.
Yeah, absolutely. So, anybody watching, if you're new to human design, grab your free human design chart. I like to get it from myhumandesign.com. Look at your type. That is what we're talking about today. Mistral being the manifesting generator that she is. I myself being a projector. We'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. We'll be back next Monday to talk about generators, I think is
Yeah.
what we're talking about next Monday. And if you want to know more about this, reach out to us.